Hi everyone, and welcome to this video tutorial. In this clip, we're going to be completing Lab 14, Task 1, which means we're going to be migrating a virtual machine from one data store to another. This is something that is very nice to be able to do in a virtual environment because of the fact that we may end up getting too much space consumed on one data store, or maybe we need to take a storage array offline for maintenance to be able to migrate or evacuate the virtual machines from one data store to another is a pretty nice thing to be able to do without having to have downtime. So let's get started. I'm in vCenter already. As per the lab, I'm going to select vCenter, and then I'm going to pick virtual machines. And the virtual machine we're going to migrate is the -4 virtual machine. -2 and -3 should already be on VMFS 01 when they were created before, but -4, which used to be hot clone, is still on ESXi1. So I'm going to select hot clone, or sorry, -4. The easiest way to see from here what data store this is occupying, or data stores, because it could be more than one, is simply look at the related objects, and we can see that the storage is all on local ESXi1. And in order to kind of show that before we get into doing the migration, I'm going to go back and look at this actual data store. And in the data store here, we can see -4. Now, before, if you remember, we were talking about the fact that even though you rename the VM, the files stay the same. And here's a perfect example of that. So this is still called hot clone 1 as far as the folder and the files on the disk are concerned, when as far as the inventory is concerned, this is the VM, which is -4. So let me go back to that, and I will take this guy to do a migration. I'll simply right click, and there's a migrate option. You'll notice that the only option we have available right now is changing the data store because we've not yet configured the system to be able to allow migration between hosts. So I'll say go ahead and do this next. What data store is our target? VMFS 01. Mentioned before, if you want to go from thick to thin provisioning, then this drop down at the top here where it says same format as source, I'd simply select that and say that I want to change to thin. Obviously, at this point in time, you can also go from thin to thick, so an inflate like we've done before, but there's more than one way to do an inflate. So we'll leave that as is. I'll say next, and we're basically ready to go. So I'll say go ahead and finish that up. We can see over on the right that our task is started. So this is going to take a minute or so because it's going to copy a couple gigabytes of data from one disk to the next, and since that's one disk for us, that can take a little bit longer. While this is taking place, I'll also mention again that VM-2 and 3, these two guys here, should already be on VMFS 1. So when you're finished moving -4 over to VMFS 1, go and check out -2 and -3, and if they're not on VMFS 1, then migrate the data store now, so that they're going to be in good shape for labs in the future. Okay. Now this is a little under 40%. I'm going to pause the video for now, and we'll come back when this is done and just show that everything is finished up. See you in a few minutes. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to stop the video. It just finished. Awesome. So we're good to go at this point in time with this being finished. If I scroll down and look at the related objects to VM-4, then here we see this is on VMFS 01. That's all there is to doing a data store migration. So that's a wrap for this particular video. Hopefully this was helpful, and we'll see you next time.